Hello, YouTubers. This is Codger speaking, and this is the 7th in our series of videos on NIMBY Rails First Steps. In this video, we're going to be looking primarily at creating lines. That is, these are the instructions that trains will use to follow the red line that we've created in previous videos. And just want to make sure that I've got my red lines created. They all look good. We've got all the lines and signals added, and we're ready to go, with one exception, and that is that we need to create some trains first. When we create the lines, it's going to ask us to create a reference train, or to reference a reference train that will be used in its calculations of the time that the trains will spend on the red line. So let's go ahead and create the trains that we're going to need. We'll come in here to the train editor, and well, I see that I have already created the trains in this iteration. We'll just go with what we've got, but I'll show you how I got these trains created. I clicked on purchase pre-configured train, purchase custom train. Well, I didn't click that. It automatically showed these when there's no trains available. But I selected the city tram as the train that I wanted to use. It's a 4-car train by default, and it is 26 meters long. It holds up to 170 passengers, and this is a good train for the purpose that it will be used here in Houston. So I'm selecting the city train, and I came down here and I clicked 9, because I know that there are 9, that we need about 9 trains in order to fill the red line out, so that trains run every 10 minutes. And then I clicked purchase the new trains. And what that gave us was a list of trains here, starting with CT 0001, that's the ID number, and all the way up to CT 0008. Now, the next thing we want to do is go into the lines editor and create a new line. You'll see that down here, this button to create a new line. And there's also a button that says create a new depot line. We're going to be using both of these features in this video. But first, create a new line, and we'll give the line a name, call it the red line, to match the name that the Metro Rails uses for this line. And we'll give it a code of RL-1, and the base ticket price will set to be $2 per ticket, and with no additional cost for the per kilometer. We want our color to be this bright red, so we'll go up there and select the bright red. The way that we want it displayed in the map, we can choose any one of these. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't change the way the behavior of the logic or anything of that nature. But I'm going to select disabled here, and we'll come back to this in a moment. We'll see the difference that this makes. Now it asks us to select a reference train, and we'll select the train CT0000, and we'll keep the service level closed for at this time. We don't want any trains running while we're doing this. And now we are ready to start adding platforms to the line. And you'll notice down here, this icon is selected. It's the add stops to line. If you come down here and it's not selected, it looks like that, then you want to click on that, and that will create all of these arrows on all of the platforms on the map. And we're going to start down here with Fannin South. And the thing that we want to do is click the platform in the upper right of each of the platforms going north. And so we'll click to north, and that selects that as the first station in the line. And we'll just repeat that for each one of the stations due north. And this red line gives you an indication of where the train would follow with the line set as it currently exists. And the reason that it follows this is that it wants to go back to Fannin South to north, and this is the way it would get there. It has to go north because this is a one-way line, and there are no crossover. Well, there is a crossover, so I'm not sure exactly. Oh, it can't get to the crossover with this line being one way. So it has to go forward until it finds a place it can cross over. And but we want to continue doing this. There are 25 stations on the red line, so quite a few. And I won't make you sit here, but be careful when you come in here and click these, because it's very easy to move over too far to the left. And you see, even though I'm over to north, it's the one north that's highlighted, and that would be selected if I clicked it. You can correct that by coming in here and deleting things and moving them around, but that's kind of a headache to do that. So just be careful here and select on the right-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and complete these until we get up to one of the tracks that needs a little bit special attention, and I'll come back to you when we get there. All right, I've already set these stations, Fannin South, all the way up to U of H and downtown, always on the upper right-hand side where I click the arrow. And now I've come to the Burnett Transit Center. And the Burnett Transit Center differs from the other stations by the fact that it has three platforms instead of two. And but we do it just basically the same way. We're going to select the upper right-hand corner, just like that, and put our train right there. And I'm going to go on. I'll pause again here and go and complete the rest of these going north, and till I get to the North Transit Center. So hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm finally at the North Line Transit Center, and this is the last platform on the line in the north. So in this case, I'm going to press the to north again to select this platform. And the reason for selecting to north instead of to south is that if we ever do add trains to the north, then the line is already set correctly, and we just have to add the new stations into the line. So we put it there. Now the next station after the North Transit line will be Melbourne to the south that we just came from. But we don't need to make another selection here. That we already have the platform selected. We just scroll down to the Melbourne Transit, the Melbourne station, and this time we're going to select the south and the south west side, or the bottom left. So we'll click on there, and that will set that platform up. And I'm going to continue to go on down like I have before. I'll pause the video and come back when we get back to that Burnett Transit Center where we were at a moment ago. Okay, here we are at the Burnett Transit Center. Remember, this is a 3-platform station, and we do it just the same way that we've done the others. Going south, we're going to select the leftmost bottom arrow, and that selects that platform. The middle platform is not going to have any trains going to it by default, so we'll just keep that one empty. And now, again, I'm going to continue to go on down, selecting each of the stations and the platforms that need to be selected until we get down to the Fannin South station once again. So I'm going to pause, and we'll see you in a moment. And now we're finally back to the Fannin South Center. You can see that I have 48 platforms selected. That means that there are 25 stations, because each station has 2 platforms selected, except for the North Station and the South Station, which have only 1. That gives us a total of 48 stations. If I scroll out here, you can see the stations, and in this case, everything looks pretty good. If you had any mistakes, you would see these red lines double up and going back on themselves and things like that. That's a good way to check to make sure that you've got the stations in the correct order, and we do. And so that's all there is to the normal red line, or the normal line that we're creating. Next, we want to create another line, and that is going to take care of this depot down here. In the evenings, the trains are retired, and we need to have a place to send the trains after the evening shift, evening and weekends. And so we will create a depot line that will handle those instructions. To do that, we'll go right down here to this button that's the lower left-hand corner, and click it to create a new depot line. And the new depot line is going to get a color. We'll just go ahead and let's select it's kind of a dark red here for the depot line. And so now we have we'll go ahead and set this to be disabled again. This is going to look really really complicated when we get all these stations in there, but well, it really won't. We'll show you how that's going to work here. We'll select a reference train again, although it's not really necessary for this one because we don't care too much about the timing. This is going to be set for technical maneuvers, and it says it asks us for the stop behavior. The default stop behavior is black hole main and wait secondary. And basically what that does is if you set the main platform, which is where the first train is going to go. You set the main platform in the definition for the line. And when a train goes there, it will basically disappear. It'll go into a black hole, and that station platform will be available for the next train that's waiting on it. And that's the black hole main wait state secondary is how that works. The other option is to wait on the platforms. And what that means is to have the train come in, and the first train is going to go to the first platform or the main platform, and it's just going to wait there until it gets its next order to go, and until the schedule tells it. But let's go ahead and create this first, and it's going to be really simple. The depot line only needs one station defined in it, one platform. And so make sure this is selected down here to add stops to the line. Come over here, and we're going to make the 8 north to be our first stop. And that's all there is to the depot line station. Basically, at the evening, the depot line will come here. The depot line will send it here, and then from in the morning when the trains want to go again, they'll go from here and go up to the station to depart on its run. This is going to be technical maneuvers because we don't want any passengers on the train. The first train departure, we don't really care about this very much because we're going to be using schedules for scheduling the train. So that can be just about anything. Let's see, time zone, we can keep that at the first stop. Launch train evenly spaced to fit one per line on a fixed manual interval. And so all of those are set the way that we want that set up. Nope, we don't need a ticket price, so we'll just keep that there. We'll keep the depot at depot number 1.1. All right, and one more thing that we need to do in the line for the depot is set up secondary platforms. And the way that we do that is to click on the pick button down here beside secondary platforms. We've already got the primary platform selected, but now we're going to select the secondary platforms. And we do that just by clicking on the buttons the way that we did to select for the line. So we click, I'm going to click 9 north and 10 north and 11 north. And then I want the next one to go into the Metro Rail Operations Center. So I'll click 7 south. And then we'll start over on this side and we'll click each one of these. You can click them in any order that you want. We'll click 6 south, 5 south, 4 south, 3 south, 2 south, and 1 south. And that now gives us a total of 10 locations, I'm sorry, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 secondary. We have 10 secondary lines set up. And then the primary line here is for 8 north. And that's all there is to creating the depot line. In the next video, we're going to get the trains running. We're going to create the schedule for the trains to run. In the old versions of NIMBY Rails, schedules were not a thing. They weren't in the version. The newer versions added the schedules in there, and I think that makes it a little bit easier to set up the trains the way that you want them to run. And so we will cover that in the next video. See you then.